At the bank, the manager accused me of fraud in front of everyone. This check is fake. I'm calling the police. Other customers backed away. I asked him to call his regional director instead. When she verified it was from corporate, his confident smile disappeared completely. I work maintenance at a hospital. 22 years mopping floors, fixing busted pipes, replacing ceiling tiles at 5 a.m. before the day shift arrives. I know every hallway, every utility closet, every squeaky hinge in that building. I'm not the guy anyone notices. That's always been fine with me. Last spring, I was covering a section short-staffed because 2 guys called out. I was moving fast around a corner near the radiology wing when I slipped. No wet floor sign. Someone had mopped 10 minutes earlier and never flagged it. I went down hard on my right side, arm out to catch myself. Tore my rotator cuff clean through. Surgery in June. Physical therapy 3 times a week through August. I couldn't lift my arm past my shoulder for 4 months. My wife picked up extra shifts at the grocery store. We didn't talk about it much. We just handled it. The hospital's legal team called it an internal safety incident. My union rep connected me with an attorney. He didn't say much at our first meeting, just looked through the incident report, looked at my MRI and said, "This is straightforward." 7 months later, it was settled. $38,000. Check issued from the hospital's corporate carrier. I held that check at the kitchen table before I did anything with it. Not joy exactly. More like relief. Like something that had been sitting on my chest finally moved. I drove to the bank on a Tuesday, still in my work jeans and an old hoodie. Had an afternoon shift, figured I'd go on the way. Didn't think twice about what I looked like. Never had a reason to. 8 or 9 people in line. I got to the teller window, endorsed the check, slid it across. She looked at it, looked at me, walked to the back without a word. A manager came out, pressed shirt, tie, mid-30s. The kind of guy who carries himself like he's already solved most problems. He didn't come to the window. He stopped a few feet away and looked at the check from a distance, then at me. "Where did you get this?" I said it was a legal settlement, workplace injury. He picked it up, held it at an angle like he was checking a watermark. "This routing number isn't matching our system. The formatting is off." His voice was carrying. People in line were turning around. I said the check came from a corporate insurance carrier, that my attorney confirmed it cleared. "I'm sure your attorney told you a lot of things." Flat, final. "This check is fraudulent. I'm calling the police." The woman behind me stepped back. An older man near the door shifted his weight. The room quietly adjusted, everyone deciding what they thought was happening. My face went hot, not embarrassed, something past embarrassed. I'd worked at that hospital since I was 26, showed up through blizzards, through my father-in-law's funeral. Through a week, my wife had pneumonia, and I was running on 4 hours of sleep. I had never taken a single thing that wasn't mine. I kept my voice flat. "Before you do that, call your regional director. Her name is on the settlement paperwork." He smiled, the kind that means he thinks he's already won. I don't need to pull in regional on something this clear-cut. "Then you're about to make a very public mistake." He looked at the check again, at me, then stepped away and made the call. I watched his back, watched the call connect, watched him start talking, then stop talking, then do a lot of nodding. 40 seconds, maybe 45. When he turned back around, his face was different. Not embarrassed the way people get over small mistakes. Something quieter, something that knew it had gone too far. He walked back to the window without looking at the line, set the check in front of the teller. "We're going to process this. I apologize for the confusion." The confusion, that's what he called it. The regional director confirmed it, I said. "Yes, there was a system lag on our end with the carrier. I've been a customer here for 19 years. I said it quietly. "I handed you a legal document, and you told a room full of strangers I was committing fraud." He didn't answer. "Process the check." He processed it. I took my receipt and walked out past the line of people who'd watched everything. Sat in my truck for a few minutes before driving to work. That afternoon, I mopped the same hallways I'd been mopping for 22 years. Same cart, same fluorescent hum. Some people look at a man in work jeans holding a large check and see a problem. They don't ask how he got there, what he built, what it cost him. I already knew what I was worth. That Tuesday, so did the regional director. And somewhere in that lobby, so did everyone who'd watched and stepped back and said nothing.